Hey everyone, this is Samwise Didier, art director on StarCraft II Heart of the Swarm, and we are here in sunny Irvine, California for the Heart of the Swarm launch event.
So Sam, what is one of the most difficult things as an artist working on Heart of the Swarm?
The most difficult was probably trying to keep the new units that we made for Heart of the Swarm and make them look like they fit in the armies. So with the Zerg, we have to make sure that we keep them looking sinister and aggressive and evil, but without just throwing a bunch of spikes and teeth on them, because that's not as memorable. So we had to work to make some really identifiable shapes for the Zerg army.
Now, do you have a favorite memory or nightmare of working on Heart of the Swarm?
One of my favorite memories was when we came up with the design for the Swarm Host. This is a new creature that we have in Heart of the Swarm, and the design that we came up with looked cool on paper. We made a 3D model of it, and when people started seeing it and playing it with it, some people started getting sick because they said it was gross because it has a lot of holes on its back that undulate, open and close, and little baby locusts pop out and attack you. I guess there's some sort of a phobia with holes, and the people that have that, they saw it and thought it was disgusting, and I was absolutely super stoked that our Zerg lived up to their nature of being really scary and creepy creatures.
What are you looking forward to most about people experiencing Heart of the Swarm?
Checking out the new campaign, getting to see what it's like, a day in the life of Kerrigan. This girl has a lot of issues and a lot of backstory that you find out about. And you'll get to play as the Queen of Blades and check out what it's like, a day in the life of the Zerg leader, evolving your swarm, sending it against your enemies, all that great stuff.
Now, will we have any like practical joke stuff that you've maybe hid into StarCraft 2, like with the pandas or anything like sneaky, like you snuck in there that's your own personal baby?
There's a lot of hidden little gems in there, but we can't spoil that. You guys have to find it.
When you're designing these, can you go through the process of designing these characters like from start to finish? Do they just say go crazy and then you go through the process? How does that work?
The design of the units happens one of two ways. Sometimes the design guys will come up to us and say, hey, we need a Zerg creature that can, this is Dustin right here. Hey, artist. I'm just teasing. We need a Zerg creature that can siege. We want it to be on the ground. We want it to be able to attack only ground or only air. So they'll have a list of parameters they want us to do. And so we'll say, okay, how do we come up with this? So we come up with some ideas. And then a lot of times the artists will have a picture and they'll go, hey, look, cool. And the designers will go, oh, awesome, we got to put that in. So there's a good balance between that sort of design and then the previous one where design comes up with us. So it's pretty flexible. The design guys, they'll want to put in something cool if it looks cool. And we, of course, want to support the gameplay by making something cool for a design mechanic. And
do you have a favorite unit in Heart of the Swarm that you just like love?
I love the Zerg ones. So the Swarm Host and the Viper are probably my favorite, just because they're the new units of the featured race in our expansion, and they definitely deliver the kit of the Zerg.
Now, will we hearing your voice at all in this campaign at all? Will your voiceover talent be in this Heart of Swarm?
No, that level of talent wasn't needed for this game. You know, maybe in a game that's a little bit bigger, but you know, for this talent here, no, I don't have any voices in this one.
What are your thoughts on the whole esports competitive scene with StarCraft 2?
Well, I would say that I am a better watcher of esports than I am a player. Like I said earlier, I have just been promoted to the Aluminum League, fresh out of the Balsa Wood League. I am rocking that. No, but I think it's absolutely fantastic that the esports community in this game have just embraced the whole concept of, you know, having gigantic wars with Terran and Zerg and Protoss, and now somehow that's a sport, and I find that absolutely amazing.
Do you think if this would have been around when you were a kid getting into this nerd stuff, you would have kind of pursued that career path?
Possibly. As a kid, you know, I loved playing the Street Fighter, Samurai Showdown, all the fighting games, and this, in my opinion, is just a step or two up from fighting with one warrior. Now you're fighting with a whole army against someone else and their whole army.